Hello everybody, this is Elliot from ECJ English. Long time no see, how have you been? Today I'm here to talk to you about a few more useful expressions. My video about British English expressions has been seen by over 300,000 people, which is really exciting for me. And I know it's been, it's really helped a lot of people. So what I wanted to do was just do another video, kind of similar, but these are a little bit more useful for kind of everyday conversation. And they're also really good for the IELTS exam. So if you're taking the IELTS exam, then these phrases will be really useful for you. We're also going to discuss a little bit of pronunciation because I am a pronunciation teacher. That's my speciality. So we will be focusing on that a little bit also. Now, before we begin the video, I just need to give a good shout out. The guys from Studio Sweden. It's a headphone company based in Sweden. They also have an office in London. They sent me a free pair of headphones. And they're actually really good. They're pretty comfortable. They're really good. I'm not being paid to talk about them. I just wanted to let you know how good they are. And they gave me a code. So basically, if you want to get 15% off a pair of wireless Bluetooth headphones, then all you have to do is you go to the website, pick any headphones you want, and use the code ETJ English 15. I'll give a link to the website below. Anyway, let's talk about these expressions. Now, these expressions are mainly related to the future and decision making, which I think are two topics that people find quite difficult to talk about in English. So hopefully this will open your eyes a little bit more. So the first one is a really common one. With any luck. For example, imagine I'm on a very long journey. I could say, well, with any luck, we will arrive on time. Or, with any luck, there will be no traffic. So it's basically like saying, I hope, or if I'm lucky. Another similar one would be, if all goes to plan. You notice what I do with the pronunciation here. If all goes to plan. The two becomes a schwa sound. It is a function word, which means we make the two weak. If all goes to plan. The other words are more important, so the two gets weakened, and we use a schwa, t. If all goes to plan, I will pass my IELTS exam and move to England next year. If all goes to plan, I will pass my IELTS exam and move to England next year. If my plan, what I want to happen, is successful, if it happens, then here's my result. I will move to England next year. So if all goes to plan, if all of my plans become successful. I could also say that I'm weighing up. Phrasal verb here, weigh up. I'm weighing up whether to study in Liverpool or Manchester. I'm weighing up whether to study in Liverpool or Manchester. So I'm kind of seeing what's good, seeing what's bad, seeing what the best thing to do is. So we often use this when we're making decisions, but we could also weigh up the pros and cons about something. So I'm weighing up the good and bad about this decision. That's a really common one. I hear that quite a lot, especially in business English and in the IELTS exam. You could also simply say that you can't make your mind up about something. I can't make my mind up. What shall I do? Shall I go here or shall I go here? I can't make my mind up. I can't make my mind up. And if someone's getting quite frustrated, so you can also use this when you're talking to someone who can't decide what to do. So imagine I have a friend. He's trying to make a decision. I don't know whether to have chicken or beef for dinner. And I could say, oh, come on, man, make your mind up. Make your mind up. And that's like me saying, make a decision already, come on. Very British one, that, I think. I mean, I hear it in American, but I think we use it a lot over here in England. Make your mind up. Or we also say, get on with it, which means hurry up. Get on with it. Now imagine somebody asked me, Elliot, what are you doing next weekend? Well, if somebody did ask me that, I would probably say this, and this is true, I hear this a lot. I would probably say, to be honest. So notice how I started that. To be honest. To be honest. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone next weekend. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone next weekend. Meaning, forget next weekend, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. So this one is what we would call quite a witty response that you could give to someone, which means it's quite a funny, kind of joking response. So if you actually have no idea, you don't know what you're doing next weekend, and somebody asks you this, you could try and be funny, try and make them laugh by saying, well, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone next weekend. Now listen to this really advanced expression, really advanced, really native expression. Okay. So me, myself, this is true. I'm thinking about moving. I am saving money to buy a real house. At the moment I'm renting. But if I wanted to buy a real house, I need to kind of look at the market and see what places are best for me, the best places to raise children, for example, and things like that. Now, it's quite expensive in Bristol. It's quite pricey, we would say, quite pricey in Bristol. So I'm actually thinking about maybe moving somewhere else, possibly. So I could say, I'm torn between. Torn, to tear something means to rip, like a piece of paper. So imagine I'm ripping a piece of paper in half. I'm torn between, right down the middle, staying in Bristol. So I'm torn between staying in Bristol or moving somewhere else. But I'm leaning towards, so to lean means to slightly go to one side. I'm leaning towards moving away. Moving somewhere else. So I'm torn between staying in Bristol or moving somewhere else. But I'm leaning towards moving somewhere else. So I've said I can't decide, I can't make my mind up whether I want to stay in Bristol or leave. But I'm slightly starting to feel like to lean towards the fact that maybe I want to go somewhere else and start my new life. And finally, just one other little useful one, which I told one of my students in an IELTS Skype lesson the other day. This one's really good. It's about family. Now, do you want to be like one of your parents? Maybe you want to be like your dad, I don't know, maybe your dad is successful. You could say that you want to follow in your dad's footsteps. I want to follow in my dad's footsteps. And that means I want to do what he does. I want to be successful, or this particular job I want to have the same as my dad. And you can say this about anyone, about a celebrity, someone you like, someone you look up to, meaning someone you admire. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Remember, if you need some headphones, you can check out Studio Sweden, the website, and the 15% off code will be below. Get yourself some new headphones. If not, then you're welcome to book a Skype lesson with me if you want to learn pronunciation or conversational English, and I'd love to help you. And also, don't forget that you can go to my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. I post stories on Instagram and I'm always updating stuff on all of those things. And I love your feedback, so please leave some comments below, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you're feeling even more special, you can press that notification button, the little bell, and that will allow you to be notified on your phone when I release a new video, which should be soon, I hope. Anyway, take care. Great to see you. Cheers. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.